What did you say about this composition?
That's at that point, that was one of the best options that they could go for here. They're going to be rocking their Hayabusa with them. They're covered as well from the mid to the late, but bring it all the way to this ultra latest game that we can go for, 20-minute mark. I'm going to take the lineup that has the Brody and the Claude any day, but LPE definitely has the potential to end this game much faster because Aethermane are going to be put in a position to really play a little bit more cautiously and a little bit more conservatively so that Brody and that Claude can farm. The pick off potential for LPE is definitely much higher. They're gonna want to end this game fast because, again, past the 15-minute mark, close to 20, they're not going to be able to do much against the Brody and Claude.
Yeah, and 20 minutes, it's a long time for our competitive games here in the main qualifiers. Almost all of our games ended at around 15 to 18 minutes, and looks like we are entering the land of dawn for game one between Aether and the Eagles here. This might just be one of the more spicier games that we have this night. And Reptar, look at this. All action inside the mid lane.
And it's already a spicy start here as BMO gets brought down to 20%. Maybe close to 30. He needs to go back home, which means BMO will not be able to help out Aspect as much on that Hayabusa. Jake the Dog's going to be going up against Beerus' Paquito. I like that matchup for the Harith. Meanwhile, Tigasin has got to play out of his mind here against this Lapu-Lapu. Again, LPE will try to set the tone with aggression here after this first rotation of the farms, because they also have to be careful and respect Yuji's presence with the Matilda, something that can burst them down in the first 8 minutes of the game.
A lot of intricacies around this early game, especially for PVE and LPE. Both teams need to stay careful around the strengths of each other, especially around this Hilda just going in and out. Just look at this Eudora damage as well. BMO going in for some revenge, but looks like the buff will be contested, might even get stolen. The retribution should be available, and that's the purple secured by the Hayabusa.
Aspect gets a ticket, so he's fine. BMO can go in for a toss. If he has the ejector, Nav really close, but he's able to get away with the help of the Matilda.
Yeah, and Nav almost getting ejected. That could have been lethal, but still no first blood. We're entering 2 minutes inside this game, and looks like in the bottom lane though, Ryota might be in trouble, but they don't stop going at it. It's a level 4 Lapu-Lapu.
And I like the pressure that Aethermane is applying into the lane of Jake the Dog here. Of course, Choco's going out for a little bit more farm with hits onto the energy shielding turret, and then as well as getting a little bit more minion waves. LPE, as much as they can pick off early, they also need to be able to give enough room for Jake the Dog to farm, and they need to help him from time to time.
And looks like the turtle might just be uncontested for the Hayabusa here. The Eagles secure the first turtle of the game and might even find some kills here with a stun landing and the eject back to ours. And that's first blood. The Hilda isn't even safe in the bushes.
That pick-off potential coming in big for LPE right now. They get the turtle and the first kill of the game. Aethermane now again are just going to be focusing into giving a little bit more room for their Brody. And this is a different Aethermane that we're seeing this time, going for the double marksman lineup. Actually, it's going to be LPE who has more room here to play the game that Aethermane usually plays.
Yeah, I have to agree with you over there. This is quite the Freaky Friday for LPE and PVE.
The toss.
The ejector, the toss, the stun, the kill, the magic worshiping the gods out there, but the Brody picks up one. A 1-4 now, and Nav goes down as well, but Hayabusa and make that a 3-4-1. That's a discount deal for LPE, and they're gonna take it any day.
The first skill stun with the Bravest Fighter activated, utilized alongside the flicker by Ryota to stop Choco from getting away there. That was a hell of a play there by LPE, of course, initiated by that entry of BMO with the Jawhead, tossed right into Arv's arms, and his stun and all his burst. Again, Aethermane have got to be really careful here not to give too many openings for the Jawhead for pickoff.
I love this. A 3-minute pickup clock of destiny for Arvs. This is
so
Eudora. Will be massive by mid-game, but a 3v2 here didn't even had a chance. Why did you do that? 3-0-2, the magic worship clocking in.
and it's a different Aether Main once again that we're watching here. LPE is moving like how Aether Main usually move, and Aether Main is moving how LPE usually moves. I like how you mentioned the Freaky Friday. It's a very freaky Sunday indeed for these two teams.
And a freaky toss as well. The Hayabusa spoon-fed a kill by this Jawhead. My God, LPE. What is happening in this game?
BMO is playing like a center, throwing assists like a point guard right now. It's the modern big man in the current basketball scene.
And speaking of big man, that's big damage going in. Might just be a kill for PVE, but no bodies has been dropped just yet. So Reed finding for the first one, but the Hayabusa finds him first. Aspect is there with half of his HP, but the stuns, the kills, and that's gonna be another kill for LPE. It might just be Turtle too.
I gotta admit, I liked how Aether Main started that fight. The moment they saw Arv's Yuji, and I believe that was Nav, decided to apply the pressure onto the Eudora, in which you saw in the beginning there, LPE couldn't fully commit into that fight just yet. It looked like they were actually gonna lose, but because of the rotation entry coming in from Ryota and Jake the Dog, they were able to buy a little bit enough time, and Aether Main might have just overextended just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it was more than enough for LPE to take more than what they could handle. The ejector, the flicker, the stun, the damage is just so real. The Brody doesn't even matter anymore, and Nav has to run away. The eject to the Eudora combo. Lethal, lethal, lethal.
And Van might be the next casualty. Yet again, another toss. And BMO is hungry to make it into the lower bracket finals. He's feeding everyone in his team right now.
Man, this guy's a chef, and every time he cooks something up, it always turns into a kill. That's 8 kills, no 9 kills, but Tigasin just might be in trouble here. Didn't even got tossed there. The salad is already ready. LPE 10-1 is the kill score.
And BMO has been setting the tempo all game, but we also gotta give credit to Arvs. But now that is going to be a tower trade. What's good for Aether Main is that they're keeping it close in terms of the pushes. But LPE are going to break another tower here. They're going to have a 3-2 tower advantage, but Pierce has got to be careful.
Yeah, Dream Salmon Force is there, but a killing spree on Cam. Look at the damage coming in from this Harith. Finally, no, not finally. This is the 12th kill coming in from LPE. And every one of the members of LPE right now have secured kills for themselves and assists.
Everyone is on the scoreboard right now for LPE as PVE. Seems like they've been knocked out of their comfort zone. Of course, they want to play it safer, but then we've seen teams come back from a deficit like this with marksman on hand. We saw Work do that in game number 2 against Archangel earlier, but Tigasin now is really low and unstoppable right now is Arvs. The pickoffs are real. Nav could be up next. Here comes the shadow kill, the stun by the Lapu Lapu, and a triple kill by Arvs. It's a 7-0-5 start with 15 kills for LPE. Another one for BMO.
Hello, LPE calling. We want this win. Arvs 7-0-5. The Eudora God has smiled upon LPE, and LPE is looking at lightning as fast as lightning to end this game. 8 minutes in, and we're looking at a 1-16. Talk about a stomp.
This is the biggest deficit. The first 8 minutes we have seen this entire main qualifiers. And I'm not used to seeing Aether Main get outplayed like this, but admittedly, that's the best way to put it. They've just been outplayed and outrun in this early game by LPE. Again, it's the nature of the lineups. Midnight has been preaching that all throughout the main qualifiers. Understanding the nature of lineups from both teams, LPE perfectly understands theirs, which is why right now they are in a huge lead.
And this huge lead might just translate into a huge win against PVE if they play this right. One more good fight could be the end of it all for PVE, at least for game 1. But for 80 seconds from now, LPE might even score a Lord. The possibilities are endless for LPE. And the only thing that could beat them right now, at least for this moment, is their own mistakes.
Yep, it is that bad already for Aether Main, where the only thing that can bring them back here is a mistake from LPE. Maybe Nav can time a great stun there with the power of wildness onto whoever enters from LPE, but we might see a big fight here in the bottom lane.
No ejector just yet. The flicker got
the
red,
toss!
and that's gonna be a legendary.
Whoa,
Eudora
man!
and the Salmon Force is called. The bodies are just piling up for PVE, and they are forced to back out. No deaths for LPE, and they go in once
real
again.
tough!
It's not even done. Tigasin won't deal that much. The base is exposed in 2 lanes, and LPE, they secure more gold.
What the hell did I just see? Because BMO seems like he tossed Beerus from, like, I don't know, man, from one end of the court to the other. The timings of his flicker ejector combo, yeah, put the spotlight on him. He deserves it. You know, Aspect as well. He's following up really well for his team. LPE hungry for that shot against Archangel in the lower bracket finals.
Insane. They want that. They want that slot. In LPE right now, it seems like I feel like LPE is not a morning team. I feel like the longer the night goes, LPE, they just go at it. But looks like PVE, they found the stun on Arbs. Arbs might be in trouble here, but the ejector, the defensive ejector, solid play coming in from LPE.
That's a beautiful save, and now it's a beautiful team fight looking like here for LPE. No damage just yet for the Blazing Duet of Tigasin. That's gonna be Yuji down, Van down as well, and Ryota with a stun on Tigasin. 3 down for PVE. And LPE get another one onto Beerus. They don't need the Lord. They can go straight for the base.
And this might just be game 4 is out. The minion waves are in. And that's just 4 people mashing their heads on the base. And it's not even a game. Look at all the 2s. It's a 2-22. And that's the first game for LPE.
Oh, man, Omi. A stunning performance in game number 1 from LPE, and I think Aether Main are stunned as well. The combination of BMO and Arbs, Flicker, Ejector, Electric Arrow, Thunderstorm, dead. Like clockwork, you said it earlier. It was just that over and over again. If anyone's gonna be MVP, I don't know who's deciding. Yo, can please get someone get BMO as the MVP there.
Yeah.
He opened up so many opportunities for the team.
I'm quite sure in Arbs' damage